Welcome to the channel. Most people think that getting rich requires some kind of giant leap, right? Like a winning lottery ticket or that one in a million business idea. But what if I told you the real secret is, well, it's way smaller. It's actually hidden in the tiny, almost invisible choices you're making every single day.
And this quote right here, it hits the nail on the head. So today we're going to break down 17 really powerful habits. And to make it all stick, to make it something you can actually use, we're going to organize them into a super simple 4-part framework I call the wealth building pyramid. This is how you take those tiny little choices and turn them into some serious unstoppable momentum.
Okay, so every great structure needs a solid base, right? That's exactly where we're starting with our pyramid, the foundation. And that foundation is your mindset. This is the internal game, and trust me, it's where everything starts. Your thoughts literally shape your financial reality. Think about your brain for a second. It's like a supercomputer. Seriously, it'll answer any question you ask it. So if you feed it a weak question like, why am I always broke? Guess what? You get a weak, dead-end answer. But what happens if you flip the script? Ask it something empowering, something that pulls it towards a solution. Like, what would my future successful self do in this exact moment? That one little shift, it can change absolutely everything. So, sticking with this foundation, there are 3 key mindset shifts that really form the bedrock. First up, you've got to switch from being just a consumer to a producer. Start creating value instead of just, consuming it. Second, you have to practice optimism, and I mean actively train your brain to see the opportunity inside every obstacle. And third, dream bigger. I mean, way bigger. Because when you set huge goals, even if you fall a little short, you'll still end miles ahead of where you started. Okay, so our foundation, our mindset is solid. But a foundation just sits there, right? It needs an engine to actually do something. So let's move up to the next layer of the pyramid. This is your engine, the daily disciplines. These are the habits that generate the raw energy, the clarity, and the focus you need to go out and win the day every day. That first hour of your day, it's a battleground. It literally determines whether you own the day or if the day owns you. So instead of just immediately handing your brain over to the chaos of notifications and emails, you have to guard that first hour like a fortress. Use it to program your mind for success. Read something, journal, get some exercise. Do it before the world's demands come rushing in to hijack your agenda. And speaking of programming your mind, here's one of the most powerful habits you can possibly build. Just read 10 pages a day. I know, it sounds tiny, right? Almost insignificant. But that little habit, it compounds like crazy over time into this massive knowledge advantage. Think about it. You're basically getting mentored by the smartest people in history every single day. And you're building an asset that no one can ever take away from you, your knowledge. All right, let's be real. You got to think of your physical energy as the actual fuel for building wealth. You can't build an empire if you're running on fumes. It's just not going to happen. So daily exercise, this isn't about vanity. It's about generating the mental sharpness, the sheer resilience you need to outperform everyone else who's just dragging themselves through the day on caffeine and willpower. All right, so we've got a strong mindset, our foundation. We've got high energy. That's our engine. Now it's time to add the blueprint. These are the tactical, strategic habits for actually building and managing your money effectively. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts. Okay, this first one, it's a non-negotiable rule for wealth. I want you to really hear this. Don't save what's left after spending. Instead, you spend what's left after saving. By automating your savings and investments, you're making your future self the very first and most important bill you pay every single month. Your wealth just builds in the background, almost effortlessly. I know, the word budgeting makes a lot of people cringe, but it isn't about restriction. It's about intention. It's about telling your money where to go. And the 50-30-20 rule is such a simple roadmap for this. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and a rock-solid, non-negotiable 20% for savings and investments. This simple structure it makes sure you're living below your means while your wealth is consistently growing. Now, this next one is a huge mental shift for a lot of people. We're all taught that debt is bad, right? All of it. But that's not the whole story. It's so important to understand the difference between bad debt, we're talking high-interest credit cards and car loans, and good debt. Good debt is when you strategically borrow money to buy an asset that makes you more money. So the goal is simple. Eliminate the bad debt and learn how to use good debt wisely. Okay, we're at the top of our pyramid. Let's talk about the final layer, fortification. This is all about the protective habits. Because look, you can have the best mindset, the most powerful engine, and a perfect blueprint, but it's all worthless if you don't protect it. This layer is about what you have to actively eliminate from your life to keep your whole wealth-building structure strong. Here's the hard truth. If you don't control your own mind, someone else will. Your focus, that is your single most valuable asset. And believe me, the world is designed to steal it from you every second of the day. So protecting your mind from negative people, from that endless cycle of bad news, from the noise of everyone else's opinions, that's not being antisocial. It's a strategic necessity. Honestly, in today's world, it's a superpower.
And this really gets to the core of it, to the most important currency of all. And it's not money, it's time. It is the one single, non-renewable resource we have. You have to guard it even more fiercely than your money. Just remember this. Every single time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're automatically saying no to your future. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that wealth isn't about some grand gesture or one lucky break. It's all about the compound effect of your tiny daily habits. These consistent, small actions, they stack on top of each other and they build into truly life-changing results. So the only question left really is, which one of these habits will you start today? Hey, if you found this helpful and you want more educational content just like this, please make sure you subscribe to the channel.